There we go. Tonya, do you remember where mine are?
Your blocks, you know, I haven't actually seen them in a while. There were like 2 up at the ranch house, but I don't know where the rest, maybe in that big basket.
Good. Never mind. Just gonna use a blanket then.
Use, yeah, a book, a water bottle, just something
book.
to give your hand a little prop for doing like a revolved half moon kind of thing. Like a warrior 3 with your hands propped up a little bit.
Okay. Right.
And if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You'll be okay. It's just, it will make it easier. But it's not the end of the world.
Okay, sounds good.
We're gonna start seated, and whatever block you have, maybe it's just a pillow or maybe it's a block, but go ahead and sit on it so that you can land with your hips higher than your knees and your spine nice and tall. And then go ahead and close your eyes. You start to feel yourself settling in here. Start to feel those points of contact that your body are making with the earth. Feel a sense of rooting down, a sense of grounding down into the earth through those contacts. And then start to notice your breath. As you breathe in and out through the nose, start to find that slight constriction at the back of the throat, finding your Ujjayi breath. Beginning to feel that vibration in the back of the throat. And then feeling for that strong rooting down, start to inhale and feel your spine lengthen. Feel the crown of the head lift so the back of the neck is long. The spine is long, and as you exhale, start to feel your diaphragm drawing into the midline, squeezing all that air out. And as you inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the ribs expand, feel the heart, the chest expand. And as you exhale, feeling the chest, the ribs, and the belly draw back to the midline. Every inhale, feeling that full 360-degree breath moving in front to back, top to bottom, side to side. And every exhale, feeling that breath cinch yourself back to your midline. So it's this expansion and this contraction with the breath. Expansion and opening up in this exhale, this contraction drawing in. To feel that sensation in the body. Go ahead and wiggle out any little spots in the body that needs some wiggling, some movement here. And today we're going to be working a bit with this idea of rooting down, of grounding, of creating that strong foundation from which we can then move. So always working on those foundations being strong, and then from there that expansion happens. That fluidity happens, just like a tree. As those roots root down, it allows the tree to blow and bend in the wind as opposed to break. We have that flexibility with our strong roots, that ability to flow and be fluid, and to move with the breeze. And as we're moving through this kind of crazy time in our world, trying to cultivate that for ourselves so that we start to become more rooted in our own center, in our own heart of hearts, in our own deep inner knowing and deep inner wisdom, allowing us to better respond to whatever comes towards us. Staying out of that place of reaction and allowing us to come into that place of responding. coming and responding from that deeper place of knowing, from that deeper place of presence and groundedness and centeredness. Allowing us to move through the world with that little bit more flexibility, fluidity. From here, go ahead and inhale. Take a moment to set any additional intentions you want to set for your practice. Then on the next inhale, let the arms sweep all the way out and up until the palms come to touch right above your head. Bring some energy between your palms. Hold there at the top of the inhale. And then as you exhale, draw the thumbs down the center line. Letting them rest right at the heart, letting the head bow to the chest. Take an inhale, breathe into the back of the body, fill up, lengthen up. Exhale, soften the shoulders. And then release the hands down. Go ahead and lift the chin, lift the gaze, switch up the cross so the opposite leg comes in front. We're going to move into 3 rounds of Kapalabhati breath to build a little fire in the core here in the belly to stimulate that digestion. It's a passive inhale. It's a sharp exhale in and out through the nose. And as you exhale, you're pumping your navel back to your spine. And I'll count it out for us, but it looks and sounds like this. You're just pulling that navel back with every exhale. So we'll all do it together. Take a full inhale to begin. Exhale, empty all the air out. And then on the inhale, about 3/4 of the way, and then starting your Kapalabhati. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take all the air, sweep the arms back up. Top of the inhale, fingertips touch. Hold full. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Feel that container of breath. That swirling, the sensation as the breath moves up. And then on the exhale, a very slow exhale. Let the hands float down as if they're floating down through water or honey or molasses or whatever liquid sounds inviting until your fingertips land at the earth at the bottom of the exhale. Take a moment, close the eyes, and just feel the effects of your breath. And then you can keep your eyes closed or open, then bring the hands back to the thighs. Or if you don't have a block and your spine is feeling rounded, take the hands behind you. Inhale 3/4 of the way, and again, pump that exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the breath, the hands up. Top of the inhale, the fingertips touch. Contain that breath. Feeling that prana flowing around inside of you. Starting to move around. And as you exhale, a slow exhale, letting the hands gently float down to the earth. Fingertips touch the earth, eyes closed. Take a moment. And then inhale, open the eyes. This time bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Spread all 10 toes. Same thing, fingers can be behind you to kickstand or on your knees. Last round here. Inhale 3/4 of the way and start your Kapalabhati. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the air up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Fingertips touch above the head, top of the inhale, pause full. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, relax the muscles in the face, feel that prana. And exhale, slowly release the hands down to the earth till the fingertips touch earth and the eyes close. Take a moment here. Then inhale, open the eyes, recross the legs, sit up tall, and on the exhale, take a nice easy twist to the left. Inhale, sit up tall, exhale, draw the belly in. Right hand to that left knee as you rotate. And inhale, unwind, sit up tall, and exhale, twist over to the right. Just kind of unwinding the spine. Let the shoulders drop out of the ears. Your gaze can be over your chest, over your shoulder, or beyond. And then inhale and unwind that. And go ahead and remove the block if you have that. Set it towards the top of your mat and then make your way into your tabletop position. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, your ankles behind your knees. Spread your fingers and spin the biceps forward, or the soft creases of the elbows forward. And then just start to drop into your cat-cow. Find that breath. Let the inhale create that rise in the tailbone and in the heart, and that extension in the crown of the head. Let the exhale draw the tailbone as it curls the belly in. Press the earth away from you with your hands and round your spine. And then just find that fluid breath and that fluid movement. Inhaling as you open the front of the body, and exhale as you round and open the back of the body. And then either stay here in this cat-cow or let your body move in whatever way it wants to move. That could be circling the ribs or the head. It could be moving into a wrist stretch or a child's pose, even a down dog, whatever feels good. But as you're moving, staying in that place of noticing, that place of curiosity, that place of feeling, finding those little areas in the body where we're holding on, where we're feeling stuck, maybe finding those spaces that are feeling particularly open or fluid, and just noticing and feeling. And then take another breath or two until you come all the way back into a child's pose with the knees wide and the big toes touching, heart dropping to the earth, third eye, forehead dropping to the earth. Stretch your arms forward so it's an extended child's pose. And then breathe into the back of the body. And as we move through our practice today, staying in that place of interest, of curiosity, as your mind wanders or as thoughts come to the surface, take notice and then let them float away and come back to the breath. As you're resting here in your child's pose, feel your hands on the earth. Feel your shin bones and the tops of the feet, maybe even the forehead, tip of the nose, all those places of contact with the earth. And then inhale and rise up to your tabletop. Bring the knees back under the hips. Again, spin the biceps forward. Now pull the ribs and the belly in. Take your right leg, stretch the toes back. Spread all 5 toes apart and then press into the heel of the foot. Lift through the back of the right leg. Lift through the navel. Lift through the front ribs and press gently through the palms of the hands. And then extend from the heel of the foot out through the crown of the head. Feel all that length. Good. And then on the inhale, let the shoulders come right back over the wrist if they've traveled back. Firm up the core, lift that right leg right in line with your hip. So draw the outer right hip down and the inner right thigh up so that your heel's pointing straight up and pressing back and the toes are pointing straight down. You're flexing through that right leg. You're lifting through your belly and your ribs. Now come onto your left fingertips, like you're tenting that left hand, maybe like there's a cupcake underneath it. Firm up into the belly, and then maybe extend that left arm forward with the thumb up and the pinky down. Spread your fingers, press through the heel, reach from the heel to the fingertips, from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Stay in this extension in this breath. Good. And then from here, Take your left arm out to the left, flip the palm down. So it's right out in line with your shoulder. From here, take your right leg straight out to the right with the heel up in line with the hip. And then inhale, bring that right leg back. Bring that left arm forward. Set the left hand down and bend your right knee so that the sole of the foot's facing the ceiling. Pull the belly in, press your heel up so your glute turns on. Keep spinning the inner thigh up and the hip down and press the foot up to the ceiling. And exhale, push it up. Good. And then extend the leg, inhale, and exhale, draw the knee to the forehead. 2 more like that. Inhale, stretch straight back, now through the ball of the foot. Exhale, the knee to the forehead. 1 more time. Inhale, straight back. And exhale, knee to the forehead. Inhale, straight back, flex the toes, set them down. From here, go ahead and set your knee down. Flip that right hand over so that the fingernails are on the mat and the fingers are pointing towards you. Back of the hand presses into the mat. Spread all 5 fingers and then maybe lean back and open up that back of that wrist. Good. And then circle out the wrist. Flick out the fingers. Set the right palm back down. Spin the biceps forward, belly and ribs in. Send your left toes back. Spread out those toes, press into the heel. Feel the arch open, the Achilles tendon, the back leg. And then with the core firm, lift that left leg right up in line with hips. Spin the hip down, heel up, toes down, belly and ribs up. Tent onto your right fingertips. Stay here or flat hand or extend that right arm forward. Arm in line with the shoulder. Heel in line with the hip, belly and ribs continue to draw in. Feel that extension, feel that length. Good. Now inhale, take that right arm straight out to the right, turn the palm to face down. Exhale, take that left foot straight out to the left. Breathe here. And inhale, bring it back around. Set that right hand down. Bend your left knee, flex the foot. Exhale, press up to the ceiling, pull into the belly and the ribs. Inhale, gently lower. Exhale, press that ceiling up away from you. Just turning on the back of the leg. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale, push it up. Keep the belly strong so you're not compressed in that low back, and then extend the leg. Set the toes down, press into the heel. And then set your knee back down, flip your left hand over now, fingernails on the mat, back of the hand on the mat, and sit back. Beautiful. From here, circle out that wrist, flick out the fingers, curl the toes under now, and sit back on your heels. So we open up the feet. Even more, press the walls away from you. So you're spreading all 10 fingers, the webbing of the fingers are spreading. Take the pinky fingers, stretch them out and down. The ring fingers, the middle, and the index. And then grab your thumbs, wrap all 4 fingers, and stretch all the knuckles down and the wrists away from you. And circle out the wrists here. Good. And then set yourself back into your tabletop. Biceps forward, ribs in, belly in. Step both feet back now into your high plank. Hold and breathe here. At any point, knees can be down on the ground to support you. Either way, your core is pulled into the midline, your tailbone's lengthening to the heels of the feet, and the heels of the hands and the toes are isometrically drawing towards one another. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels here. Take any movement here. That feels good. Okay, now inhale forward to high plank. Firm up the core. Now this can be done with your knee on the ground. Absolutely. Otherwise, stay in plank, hover your right heel. From here, come onto your left fingertips. A little strength challenge here. Stay here or extend your left arm forward and your right heel back for 3, for 2, for 1. Set the hand down, set the foot down. Shake that out. Right to the other side. Again, your knee can come down. You can skip it all together. Left heel hovers. Right fingertips to the earth. Stay here or firm everything up and right arm forward, left heel back. 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. From here, walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Feet are hip distance. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, knees soft, heart forward. Exhale, fold all the way and let the knees be really soft. So your torso can rest on your thighs and your head can hang. And just let the hands rest right in the elbow creases. Rock yourself side to side. And then release the hands. On the inhale, walk your hands back forward, land back in down dog, and exhale, lengthen the tailbone up, release the head down. Triceps are wrapping into your face as you evenly press into your hands and your feet. And then inhale, look to your hands, and on the exhale, take a slow walk forward with the feet, as if you're inching those feet forward and you're opening the back of the legs as you make your way to the top of your mat, eventually tenting onto those fingertips. Feet land hip distance between the hands. Again, inhale, lengthen halfway up. And this time on the exhale, bend the knees a lot and slide the palms right under the soles of the feet so that your toes walk up to your wrists. Drop your head, keep the knees bent as much as you need to, or maybe start to straighten out the legs a little bit without locking them out. And then shoulders lift away from the ears and elbows can start to move out side to side. And then go ahead and release the hands. Bend the knees, and on the inhale, take a slow roll up. Knees bent, belly in the whole way until you land all the way up, with the shoulders rolling back, the head coming up to neutral. Go ahead and close the eyes here. Take a moment in your mountain pose, feeling your feet on the earth. Feeling into the tripod in each of the feet. From there, feel the lift through the arches, the kneecaps, the low belly, the pelvic floor, the heart, the crown. Come back to your intention. That feeling of rooting down. And then go ahead and open the eyes and inhale, sweep the arms, rise up, lift the heart, maybe lift the gaze. Stretch the fingertips up. And then exhale and forward fold. Hands can come through the heart or swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, walk it back, downward facing dog. Create that foundation right away. Hands and feet evenly rooted. Triceps wrapped in, tailbone lifted high. And then inhale, extend your right leg back and up. Same thing, inner thigh rolling up, outer hip rolling down, so the hips are squared. Exhale, curl the knee into the forehead and the navel into the spine and round in and hold it here. And inhale, stretch it back. And then exhale, same thing, knee towards the forehead, look to your right thumb, set your foot there, left knee to the floor. Keep the toes curled under for this first one. Inhale, stretch up tall. Scissor your inner thighs together and lift your low belly. And then take the hands and interlace them right at the base of the skull. Let your elbows be wide. Take an inhale, lift the base of the skull. And then on the exhale, let the skull drop back into your hands. And then from here, keep the belly strong. Send your right sit bone towards your right heel. Uncurl the left toes, anchor that shin in the top of the foot. And then inhale, lift the heart a little bit more and let it drop back. And then with the belly really strong and the ribs knitting together, either stay here or release the arms and extend them up and back. Heart open, belly strong. And then exhale, bring yourself upright, set the hands down, half split, left hip over the left knee, right leg extended, toes up. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Heart forward, kneecap back. Really breathing into the back of that leg, right foot super active. Okay, from here, this is where the block might come handy. Go ahead and shift that right foot forward, walk your hands forward, curl the left toes under. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, lift up to your warrior three. A block can be nice here. Roll that outer left hip down, soften your right knee. Press through that left heel, so just like we did on our knee. Then you might stay right here, both hands on the earth, or maybe you take one hand to your heart and start to lift the heart a little bit, or maybe you reach that right arm forward. So right arm forward, left heel back. Maybe you keep your left hand down, or it floats back by your left thigh. And then release that left hand down. Release the right hand down. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, set that left foot, hip distance next to your right. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, and on the exhale, forward fold. This time, flip the palms so that they're facing to the earth. Exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to. Let the head go, let the elbows bend back towards your shins. And then release the hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, walk it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, hip stays squared. Exhale, the knee curls into the forehead, round in. Inhale, stretch up and back. We're gonna do one extra since we didn't do it on our knees. Exhale, one more time, knee to the forehead and curl in. And inhale, stretch it back. This time, same thing. Exhale, bring it in, but look to your left thumb. Set your foot there. Keep the right toes curled under. Set the knee down. Inhale, rise up. Okay. Set up that foundation. Lift in the pelvic floor. Lift in the belly. And then again, interlace the hands, switching up the clasp this time. Take an inhale as you lift the skull, open the elbows, ribs and belly in, and then exhale, left sit bone closer to the left heel. Uncurl your right toes and press all the way from the knee to the top of the foot, top of the toes. Big inhales, that heart drags up and back, and then maybe the arms reach back. Big breath. And then exhale, bring you up. Set the hands down, half split, left toes up. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward, draw the shoulders back, and exhale, hinge forward here. From here, getting ready for that warrior three, set the left foot down, take an inhale, curling the right toes under. Exhale, lift that right leg up, square the hip to the floor, lift the belly and the ribs. Left knee is a little bit soft. Left hand comes to the heart, maybe the left arm reaches forward. Maybe you stay here, or maybe that right arm floats back. And exhale, set the right hand down, set the left hand down, right foot comes hip distance. Inhale and lengthen, exhale and fold. From here, take the hands behind the back and interlace them. Let the palms stay wide. Lift your shoulders away from your ears and then extend the arms back. Keep the belly and the ribs in. And then as you exhale, let the palms start to drift up. Fingers are interlaced tightly and the wrists and arm bones are drawing away from one another as the shoulders lift up away from your ears. And then use the knuckles, soften the knees, and inhale, press yourself all the way up to stand. From here, bring the palms closer together if that's available to you. Lift your kneecaps, lift your pelvic floor, lift your belly, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Move the hands away. And then exhale, soften. Release the hands. Take a moment, close the eyes, and again, just feel all of that energy moving in the body. And then open the eyes and inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up, and exhale, walk it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale, bring the knee to the forehead, pause, look at the right thumb, set the foot there, runner's lunge, knee over the ankle. You can return to low lunge if this doesn't feel available to you, no big deal. If it is, that left thigh is lifted, the belly is lifting, and the feet are about hip distance, so think railroad tracks. From here, hover the fingertips and inhale, reach them back by your hips, and then float on up, high lunge. From high lunge, bend that left knee so you're in a 90-90. Pull your pelvic floor and your low belly up. Feel that left hip flexor open even more. Keep that, and then just straighten that left leg. Big opening in the left side. And then inhale, lift your heart, maybe lift your gaze. And then exhale, cactus the arms. And then inhale, straighten the arms. And come back up. Beautiful. From here, exhale, set the hands down. Left hand's going to stay right under that left shoulder. Right arm's going to float up. Easy twist. Outer right hip draws back. From here, set that right hand down. Take an inhale. Exhale, back into that warrior three on the right leg. Left leg in line with the hip. Left hand's going to stay on the block here. Back of the right hand's going to come onto the sacrum. Soften that right knee just a little bit. Get long in your spine. You might stay right here, or you might start to roll that right shoulder up. You might even take the right arm to the sky. But the trick is to keep that left leg super active. Spinning the heart open without letting that leg drop. Beautiful. And then exhale, set that right hand down. Reach, 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 reach back through that left leg so you land back to your runner's lunge. Good. From here, you're going to take this right leg and you're going to slide it back about a foot and a half, so you're really short. Left hand comes flat, spin to the outer edge of the left foot, turn the right toes forward, reach the right arm up. It's like a supported Vashisthasana, supported side plank. Good. Inhale here, and then exhale, let that left hip float down, and the right hand reach to your left foot. Hammocking those left ribs. And then as you inhale, press into the legs, lift up through the hip, reach over your ear, stretch that whole right side, outer right hip that you just stood on. And then inhale and float back, let the hip drop down, let the hand rest. Good, and then exhale, push into the legs. And inhale, reach through the arms, press into that right foot, big opening that whole right side. Try and spin the heart open one more time. Release the hip down. And exhale, push and reach up. Good. And then come just neutral, right where you started. We're gonna land in high plank, but move our way through side plank. So if you're not wanting to do that, that's where we're going. If you're wanting to do that, firm up the left arm, firm up the left foot, lift that right foot. Send it on top of the left. And then exhale, high plank. Inhale here, exhale, knees down, shoulders back and elbows in, lower to the belly. Shoulders back and elbows in and legs long, baby cobra. Hold and breathe here. Tops of the feet pressing in, heart lengthening forward, crown lengthening forward, belly and ribs knitting together and up. And then exhale, just make a pillow with the hands. Relax the legs, let the hips rock a little side to side. And then hands under the shoulders, take an inhale, exhale, press your hands and your knees to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to the forehead, look to the left thumb, set the foot there for your runner's lunge. Good, outer left hip draws back, and then remember, right knee can always come to the earth for more stability. No big deal. If you're here, start to hover those hands, let them float back by your hips. Spread the collarbones, lift your navel, lift the back of that right thigh, and then inhale and drag the torso up and the arms up, high lunge. From here, bend that right knee, pull that pelvic floor and low belly up, feel the right hip flexor open. Keep that and straighten the leg. And then inhale, lift the heart, maybe the gaze, reach the hands, doesn't matter how far you go back, just feel an opening. And exhale, cactus the arms. And then inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, let the hands come down to the floor. Runner's lunge, right hand under the right shoulder. Inhale, float that left arm up. And then exhale, float that left hand down. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, float up, warrior three. Right hip rolling down. You can stay right here. Beautiful. Or the right hand stays down and the left hand comes onto the sacrum. So you want to feel that back is neutral. Stay here, or float that left shoulder, roll it up, roll the left arm to the sky. Press the right heel back. Revolved, half moon. And then exhale, float that left hand down. Reach, reach, reach back with that right foot, land back to your runner's lunge. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, slide that left foot back, flatten that right hand and float onto the outer edge of the right foot as your left toes spin forward. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. And then go ahead and exhale and sink down. Let that right ribs and waist hammock. Left hand can just be soft for now. And then let it reach towards your right foot, flex the right foot. And then press into your legs, inhale, stretch the arm right up over your ear. Press into that left foot. And exhale and drop down. Reach the fingers towards the toes. And then inhale, stretch and reach up and over. Really feel that whole left side open, press in your left foot. And drop down, exhale. Last time, inhale, reach up and over. Roll the shoulder open, the ribs open, and then neutral. Good. Same thing, we're moving through that side plank to high plank, or you can make your way there however you like. Firm up the arm, firm up that right foot, lift the left leg, take it and reach it back. Set it down, high plank. Inhale here, with or without the knees, lower to your belly. Uncurl the toes, interlace the hands, switching up the clasp. Inhale, the heart comes forward and up. The shoulders roll back, and exhale, press your knuckles back. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart, back of the neck, and then maybe exhale, lift and lengthen the legs. And then exhale and soften all the way to the earth. Make a pillow with your hands and rock your hips side to side. Okay. Stay here. Make your way to child's pose or to down dog for 4 breaths, where we'll all meet up. You choose where you want that rest to happen. Okay, make your way to down dog if you're not already there. Take an inhale, look to your hands, and at the bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or float the feet forward. Inhale to lengthen once you're there, and exhale, fold in. This time, big toes are together and heels are slightly separated. Okay. On the inhale, either roll up with bent knees or unhinge from the hips, extended mountain at the top. And exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. One more active standing series. Okay. This is it. You guys are doing awesome. We're almost there. From here, inhale, sit down into your chair pose. Sit nice and low, lift the heart, lift the low belly, let the tailbone lengthen. Look down so you can see your toes. And then set your hands to your heart. Take an inhale, get the heart long, the crown long, and the tailbone back. And then on the exhale, pull the belly in. Take that left elbow to your right knee, hover it there. So you're using your muscles to find that rotation as opposed to your elbow. Take another inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, sit down, take the elbow outside the thigh. Now anchor. Maybe a little press to twist you open even more. Keep drawing that outer left hip back. Elbows are wide. Now, are moving to a twisting high lunge. Option, take the gaze down, shift the weight into the right foot, pick up your left heel, twisting flamingo. If you're not liking this, your hands are unwinding and coming to the floor, and you're stepping back. Otherwise, you're reaching back through a twisting warrior three, set the foot down. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, land back into your twisting high lunge. Beautiful. Inhale and unwind. Let the arms float up. And then straighten that front leg. Lift that back heel. Take the hands behind you. Interlace, shoulders back, knuckles back. Kneecaps lifted. Hinge forward at your hips. Get long through your tailbone. Draw that outer right hip back. Get long. And then exhale, release the hands. Let them come right back by your ankles. Send your left heel right behind your left toes. It may or may not reach the earth. Lift the kneecaps, draw that outer right hip back, and maybe lift the front of the right foot. Set the right foot flat if it's up. Bend your front knee and just shorten your stance a little bit. So now both feet can come totally flat on the ground. The outer right hips back so the hips are squaring forward. Bring the left hand right inside the right foot. Set the back of the right hand on the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the heart. Nice place for a block right here too. Revolve Trikonasana. Start to roll the right shoulder open. Maybe take the right arm to the sky. Keep drawing that right hip back. Lengthening your heart forward and lifting both kneecaps. And then release that right hand down. Bend the front knee, step it back, down dog. From here, right leg rises, and exhale, bring it through for pigeon. Scoot that left leg back so your hips are squaring to the floor. Inhale and lengthen here. Press through the top of that back leg. Point your front foot. So the foot is pointed, but the toes are flexing, really active. And then exhale and just let yourself melt into this. You can be on your elbows, on a block, on a pillow, on your belly. And then from here, you're gonna sit on that right hip and draw the left leg all the way around and cross it over. And then sit evenly on your sits bones. And if that's challenging, just extend the right leg so you can get both sit bones on the floor. Left hand comes behind you, kickstands, lifts your heart, right arm reaches. And on the exhale, the belly in. For this one, we're gonna hook our elbow outside our thigh. Inhale and lengthen and exhale and rotate. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale and rotate. Then inhale and unwind. Sweep that left leg around behind you, hands under the shoulders. Take that right leg, reach it all the way back and up. So three-legged dog, spin the hip open, bend the knee, and take some circles with that right leg. Right into the hip, and go the other way. And then from here, extend the leg. If you want a three-legged vinyasa, this is a nice place to take it. If you want a regular vinyasa, feel free to take that. If you don't want any vinyasa, stay in down dog. So if you are coming through a three-legged, when you come to your belly, you're gonna set the foot down and come to cobra or up dog. And then land back into down dog. Okay. Other side. Inhale, lift to the fingertips, and at the bottom of the exhale, step walk or float the feet forward. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, sit down into chair pose, Uttanasana, lift the heart, lift the arms, pull the belly in. Look at your toes. Big toes touching, heels slightly separate. Hands to the heart, lengthen the tailbone back, lengthen the crown and the heart forward. And then exhale with the belly in, rotate to the left, hover that right elbow to the outside of the left knee, using your obliques, using your abdominals. Take another inhale, lengthen tailbone long, crown long, and then exhale and anchor that elbow. Take a moment here and breathe. Outer right hip drawing back. Inner thighs scissoring together. And then same thing, we're moving into that twisting high lunge. Hands can come to the floor, or gaze is gonna come to the floor. Weight's gonna come into the left foot, and right heel's coming to the bone. And then reach it back for that twisting warrior three. Set the toes down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist open. Inhale and unwind. Extend the arms up. Straighten that front leg. And then exhale, just take the hands by the hips, knees lifted, heel lifted, hinge forward. Feel your back of the legs turn on, your back body turned on, and then fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, right heel dropping behind your right toes as the outer left hip draws back. Stay here or lift the left toes. Set the left foot flat, bend the front knee, and just step your back foot forward a little bit so you're a little shorter in your stance, and both feet can come flat. They're still in that kind of railroad track alignment. As the outer left hip draws back, feel your heart lengthen forward and your right hand land right inside that left foot. Left hand to your sacrum, heart and crown forward, hip back. Stay here or roll the shoulder open. Stay here or reach the arm up. Kneecaps stay lifted, feet are flat, left hips drawing back, heart and ribs are rolling open. And then release that left hand down. Step it back to down dog. And then inhale, left leg rises, and exhale, bring it through for pigeon. Set yourself up by scooting that right leg back. Inhale and lengthening your heart, squaring your hips to the floor. And then exhale, go ahead and right away and drop into that sleeping pigeon. Stay with your deep breath, but let some of the effort go. And just start to feel in your body. Go ahead and come back up as you inhale. Sit on that left hip and bring the right leg all the way around. Again, sits bones even or that bottom leg extends. Right hand comes behind you to kickstand. Inhale, left arm reaches. And on the exhale, hook the elbow outside the thigh. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, find that rotation. And then inhale and unwind that. Release the right leg all the way behind you. Take the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Spin the hip open, bend the knee, and circle out the hip. And go the other direction. Extend the leg. If you did a three-legged vinyasa on the other side, go ahead and try it here. Regular vinyasa or no vinyasa, you choose. And then child's pose once you're ready. Settle down into the earth. Soften down. Snuggle the ribs between your thighs and just take a moment and soften here. And then from here, inhale and roll yourself up to kneeling. Bring your knees towards one another. Curl the toes under and go and just roll over the feet. Let the heels sink down, let the heart lift. Hands to Anjali Mudra. And then open the knees. Extend the arms forward as the hips sink back. Big inhale across that back body, across the upper back. And exhale, melt the heart, melt the hips. And then inhale, bring yourself upright. And you can take one hand behind you to help you down, or you can extend the arms and sit down. Go ahead and extend the legs long, extend the arms long. Inhale, and on the exhale, set them down just behind your hips, fingers pointing towards your toes. Take an inhale here, and then separate the feet hip distance, press into your heels, lift your hips up, and then scoot them towards the heels of the feet. Set the hips down, lift your heart, open the shoulders. Extend the legs again, release that tension on the arms. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And then exhale one more time. Set the hands back behind you, roll the shoulders back. This time you can do that with straight legs or bent knees, so reverse your plank or reverse your tabletop. And then just lower your hips a little closer to your heels. Extend the legs again if they're bent. Extend the arms and exhale, roll yourself all the way down onto your backs. Take an inhale, lengthen your arms over your head and your feet long, and then on an exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself side to side. Extend the arms long, extend the legs tall. Cross the right leg in front of the left, like you're gonna do eagle, but set the left foot to the ground. And then just slide your hips over to the right so you land on that left glute and drop the knees over to the left. Anchor the back of the right shoulder down. You can even set your left hand on that thigh. Recline twist. And inhale and unwind that. Realign the hips to neutral. Extend the legs back up. Flex and point the feet. Cross the left on top of the right. Set the right foot down. Hips to the left, landing on the right hip. Knees to the right. Left shoulder down. Taking this twist. And then inhale and unwind. Realign the hips to neutral. Extend the legs back up. This time circle out the ankles. Go both ways. Bend the knees and grab a hold of them and circle out the knees. Massage out your sacrum. And go both directions. And then separate the knees. Take them wide into your shoulders and rock side to side. And then from here, take the soles of the feet up, hands to the backs of the thighs, the calves, the ankles, or the outer edges of the feet. Happy baby. Stay in stillness or rock yourself side to side. Take whatever movement here feels good. And then bring the soles of the feet towards one another and draw them in towards your chest like a reclined Baddha Konasana. And then release those Baddha Konasana legs to the floor. The arms come into loose cactus. We'll take a big inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, let it out the mouth. And then let the hands come down and float on your belly or on your heart, or one on each. And we're going to add a little control to our breath. Take another full inhale through the nose, and again, exhale out the mouth, empty out. From here, breath will be in and out the nose. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause full. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, empty. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause full. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, empty. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause full. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, empty. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. If you can, sip in a little bit more air. Fill up as full as you can get. Soften the throat, soften the jaw, soften the tongue. Sip in a little bit more air. Hold full. Feel that container of air, of prana coursing through you, that life force energy. And then as you exhale slowly out the mouth, as if you're deflating a balloon, letting the arms and the legs release, letting the body get heavier with every bit of breath that comes out of your body until you're resting heavy on the earth. And your breath returns to an easy breath, letting go of all the effort now in your breath, in your body, in your mind. Letting the whole body, the whole being surrender here, absorb and integrate all that energy you've created. And feel every layer of your being being saturated with prana. Ready by M. Claire. You never really know when it will come. Rising, laying foot into the same imprint you've made yesterday and the day before, and yes, eternally before. but sometime that superbly hairline crack in your well-preserved casing will suffer a grace. You can call it crisis or crumble, or you can see it as the first time your truth has succeeded in escaping, like the soft and persistent pressings of a chick ready to leave the egg, ready to know life for the first time. If you wish to stay in Shavasana, stay just as you are. If you're ready to begin transitioning, just start by noticing and feeling your body. Feel your physical body on the earth. Then also feel into your emotional and mental being. Notice any shifts in your energy. And also feel into your spiritual being, every layer of yourself. And feel the whole being. Starting to deepen the breath. Beginning to feel the rise and fall of the belly. When you're ready, beginning to bring some movement back into your body. Maybe fingers and toes or head or whatever feels inclined to move. Until eventually one hand comes back to the heart and one hand comes back to the belly. You feel that connection with yourself, with that deep inner wisdom, with your whole being, your heart of hearts. You send yourself love and gratitude, compassion and respect. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing and kindness for all beings. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. Feel free to stay and rest in Shavasana as long as you have time to do that. And I will see you all again on Monday. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Tonya.
You're welcome.
What a great class.
Yeah.
So good.
I think it's a little, when I can't see you guys, is it a little bit harder than before?
No, but that was awesome.
Okay, good.
So good.
Okay, good.
I'm broke off. That was awesome.
Okay.
My daughter jumped up. I did not.
Yoga, you know what? That's like probably one of the first times I've done yoga without the heat. And it's like, it's way different, but I dug it. It was good.
It is very different.
So good.
Then I've taught in the heat, but the heat just, you can get the same without working quite as like doing as hard of postures. And then without the heat, you have to add the postures in to build the heat in your body. You don't have the external heat.
That's so good.
I'd rather do that. When I used to go to Radiant, I would just like open the door and like stand by the door so I wouldn't be that hot.
I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore.
I'm glad I don't go anymore.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so
Bye.
much. Nice to see you, Kenzie,
Monday.
being here. And yeah, I'll see you guys Monday.
Perfect. Bye.